I was muted that whole time, wasn't I? I'm getting better. Only took me 15 minutes to realize it this time. How to improve that? Need to make that more obvious for myself somehow. That's happened a lot so far. Anyway, you don't have to listen to me eat my cereal that way, I guess. So we're picking up from where we were on Friday. Back to player town building initiate. Here we've got that now. Town building aim box is what we're messing with here. The town building aim box. So we've already destroyed. If it's a custom building, so I don't need you. We're not actually using you. Placement renderers clear. Building data dot structure placement is actually this guy, and so get facility prefab. That's gonna just have him. I think I'm going to do that. Well, we'll leave that like it is for now. I'm probably going to have to reposition that properly. Building data structure placement dummy. No, this is the town aim box. Yeah, I think this needs to go ahead and go somewhere more like down here. For each building data building area holder in the yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and create all of this kind of stuff. Building player, where was it? Player building already has this guy, so I'm gonna redo anybody. Player script. I'll grab dot. And this is just gonna go through our data holder, spawn all the building pieces. And when it does that, it's setting all the mesh renderers to that green translucent color, disengaging all of their colliders. Building data structure placement mode is not what we're doing, It's the first step. Update placement helper text. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. There does seem to be an instance of that within here, which should be the same and good. And this is going to just flat overwrite that, so let's not do that. Transform equals game object area for each building area. Set parent building data. That's not what we want. Town data, town building aim box transform. Let's double check that this isn't doing anything like that either. Looks good. Now, I want to go ahead and this is going to give me a game object. I'm going to take a transform and I'm going to do set parent right away on it, which I don't think I've ever done. Is that okay? dot transform, and not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, is it gonna just let me do that all in one line? Summon it, set its parent. Yeah, I don't want to do that though. Let's do transform. I think I do need transform there. And now I'm going to tell it to set itself as the parent. And there should be like a local position that we're looking for here. Building object, structure object. This is the holder base. This guy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything storing. Town building data holder. Who's storing the local position? That's this guy. And we're going to be moving the structure now. Not necessarily the position of the NPC / signpost within the structure. So let's go ahead and centimeters. I'm gonna make that a vector 3. Let's call it citizen position. In the very abnormal case of the storehouse, it's not actually going to be citizen, but that's okay. So who saves that? We need to save that when we're picking it up. Player town building, upgrades, crafts. Where was all of that we were working on before? Place building. Check snap positioning. Initiate. Lost what I was looking for. Town UI. Reposition town building. Way down at the bottom there. Here we're going to if it's custom, get town building game object. We got it here. Get terrain save file. We probably want that actually from the structure. Town destroy building game object. So prior to doing that, let's move all of this. If it's custom, I'm gonna move that down here. I'm just gonna move that whole thing down here. So starting out, we're going to get the town building for the debug and for the is custom check. Assuming that it is custom, we're going to get the town holder base, grab the structure, find the need that. They're the same. Looping through the structures, picking up the right structure, and destroying the structure. So, we want the position of the town relative to this structure's position. So we want to figure that out before we destroy it. We don't have to do this all here in this method, but if it's not custom, then we're not gonna go ahead and do that anyway. So assuming it is custom, let's go ahead and move this up here. We've got our building object. Shouldn't be any case that the building game object is not null, but I might want to put a null there, but I won't for now. Does not equal null. Then town building base holder dot citizen position. The citizen himself isn't storing anything like that. Oh, he does have local X. That's not what I'm storing for the signpost, though. Let's see where that gets used. That does not get used. Didn't think so. So, our citizen position no cats on the cat cam. What's up with that? Alright. Get a sip of coffee. Cat fur. Time to get serious. Now, if the building object is not null, then the position we want to save as I believe we're going to go with structure game object dot inverse we'll go transform dot inverse transform point. Transforms position from world space to local space. Vector 3 position to local space of this guy. I believe this is correct. We're going with the building object transform dot position. So basically taking his current position, converting it to a local position in regards to the structure, writing that into our town building holder base, so that now when we go to place him, we're going to get him, we're going to set the parent, and going to be tbhb, which we've got here somewhere, right? Building data structure holder. Where did we get that? Get town holder base. We didn't store town building holder base. TBHB equals, let's take that on its own first, and then TBHB is going to make use of that. Here we're also going to make use of it with the citizen position. We're probably going to want a rotation as well, aren't we? Let's do a public float citizen rotation equals new equals 0, and back again down to the bottom. When we grab that, I don't think I've ever done that. TBHB dot citizen rotation equals same deal. Structure game object transform inverse transform vector. No. We only move stuff on the y-axis, so it's really just the difference. Transform dot Euler dot y minus, and I could be totally wrong about this because I'm not very good at math, but if our dude's at 0 and this dude's at 90, that'll put him at 90. Let's go ahead and we could normalize that to make sure it's within range, but it's not a big deal, I don't think. So now we've also got the rotation transform. Why am I calling transform? Summoning circle. Transform would sit the player. Transform, not summoning circle dot Euler equals new vector 3 0 tbhp dot citizen rotation. We would like to capitalize that R and 0. And you don't want to do this if two of these values are not 0. You're going to be dealing with a quaternion in that case, and you're not going to get the expected results. Works fine if you're only using one of them, though. So now we've got the summoning circle parented to our structure placement dummy. Town building placement snap equals false. Why is that? By default, we want to go true. If that fails, try to load one of the presets. Destroy particle effects, lights, furnitures. Set the materials to AMOX. Already did that, but good. Set colliders. We can clean this up later if we need to. Town placement enabled equals true. Town data.town building rotation. Really? Town data.town building rotation. Where was that loaded in? We'll leave that alone for now, but we'll remember you're there. Update the placement helper. Town building snap. We are doing. Gonna try and put it in front of the player. Let's give this a try in single player. So we've sucked it up. Now we want to spit it back out. Fancy blue light cut. Classes, and I found my wife found my silky programmer's gloves. Aren't these nice? She even ironed kitty stickers on them for me, which is nice for me. These are really cool. Very warm. I don't think they're silk. Some kind of hemp probably, but very nice. And there we are. We get the custom building coming right back. That does indeed look like it's in the way. All kinds of stuff in the way. What I actually wanted to do though was remove user completely and put it down right here. Now that's not necessarily going to work. So let's see what it's... There's probably a summoning circle child here somewhere. Up over here. Interesting. That's a weird spot to be. But that is where he was. Remember, we had that building over here, and the signpost was over here. Which is gross. That's a problem. That is a dirty problem. And so it's counting the floor. That would be a good spot for the floor. Why is it doing red for here? It's almost like it's checking the foundation. I don't want to see center, I want to see pivot. Right? That is the actual pivot there, which is good. So why is it going red? That's what I want to know first. So while this is going on, we've got an update loop that is checking snap position. What's the matter? Meow. Looking for obstructions. Generate point. Main UI add local message building obstructed. If I tried to jump, I don't think that's what we were getting. Power range, check for ground. The ray is... We're going all the way up, huh? Raycast, ray out, down, train masks. Ground, height, hit point equals lobby underground. These gloves smell like I haven't worn them in 9 months. Maybe I should wash them. Building cannot be underground. Town foundations must be placed on ground or buildings. Check overlap here says minus 1.5. Using 1.5. That looks good. Didn't actually try to place it and get an error. So let's do that. I'm gonna go here. Building obstructed. So checkbox. That's not gonna be enough anymore. We're gonna want to encapsulate all of the building areas. That's tricky. And did we get a debug log of what? It's debugging somewhere totally else, huh? It's not using this for its check. It picked up a tanning rack and all kinds of stuff, including me. So the obstruction box is off. Don't have colliders down in there anymore, or they're just disabled actually. We do have colliders. This is per snap position. I don't really want to do this. We'll just put it here for now. I need to grab the, it used to be either a 3x2 or just a straight up. These guys were 3x3 or something like that. 2x4. So we're not doing that anymore. If it's a storehouse, tricky. Check obstructions. Town building is not known as custom. Where's the first? Here we go. Town building aim box equals new structure. His pivot's the same. This guy's at just a -3. It's funny that check is so far off. Building areas, but no. Let's try just running through. Like I say, this is not something nice to be doing an update, so we'll probably have to move it later. But bounds equals new bounds. Can I leave one empty there? Bounds equals new bounds, and then something like 4 int I equals 0, I equals less than town. Well, actually, let's just do a collider array. Calls equals town data dot aimbox dot get components in children that are colliders, and now 4 int I equals 0, I equals less than calls dot length I plus plus. We're gonna grab all the colliders and then we're gonna cycle through them. Encapsulate vector 3-point bounds, encapsulate calls I. What's base bounding volume of the collider? And then I believe bounds has its own center and its own half. What are the extents? That's basically the half size. So now we're going to be using that instead. Point. Let's just go ahead and leave that there. Get the center. Did that not work? Who is using center? Aim position plus bounds dot center. Why are we doing that? Generate point factoring in rotation bounds dot center. It's not what we want. Vector 3 point equals aim position. Yeah, that's fine. I'll skip over the rotation stuff for now. Building obstructed is now using the bounds extent and the point. Got another calls array. Overlap calls for every collider in overlap calls, and I don't like doing that. For int I equals 0, I equals less than overlap calls dot length I plus plus debug log overlap calls I. Did I have to get a name? I want to get a name from that. Huh? That's the collider and the name of what it belongs to. Let's go ahead and try that again just for now. There is a kind of a big problem when we are force upgrading this guy. I think what's happening is it thinks that there's two storehouses. Is it overwriting the first one? It's already done in the first frame there, I think. This guy's marked as the storehouse, but this guy's not marked as the storehouse. But this is the storehouse. I don't even know how this all got set up like this. That's the problem, really. I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that? Why are there two storehouses? I get it. You guys are wound up. Well, those two aren't. Just kidding. You're wound up. What are you doing? Rubbing on the mic? Oh boy. You smell my gloves? They smell kind of funky. No, you don't care? See, it's labeling this one after we let it load. This guy is now the storehouse. But this dude is still the town building object. That's what's causing us problems. This has got to be a really rare case, but this is the multiplayer server. Let's see if we can't find one that's not so messed up. Like tier 2 base. What do you got for us? It's a nice little hideaway. I'm just gonna move the kitty. Change it to daytime, rainy swamp with hippos, no town buildings here. Let's check out the mine. Doesn't look like it. Solace number 2. Nope again. Solace number 4. Outpost. Tiramon Dawnstrider's outpost. Cool, he's got that upgraded a bit. Warning exception, farmable planner. Ooh, I'll have to look at that later. No towns though. So let some of this despawn. Swamp, mines, plains, mine near swamp. Surprised there aren't more towns. Desert Solace. What is going on here? There is a town. There is a storehouse. Where's the storehouse? Here is the storehouse. It's been force upgraded properly. Does not like me looking at this stuff. What is this called? Desert Solace Lime and Scale Dead Town. Get away. Think in all other situations we would be pulling this up out of a saved data file, which would be converted to JSON and back, which will always serialize it, which will make sure it's not null. It'll always go to its base default, which is just like an empty, not necessarily null. So in this case we're actually doing it in runtime, giving it a chance to go null. Let's go ahead and just try that again. And I'm gonna go ahead and, I mean, no harm in leaving him open anymore, right? He's not gonna, I'm not gonna run out of memory. If I run out of memory with 32 gigs, I'm going to be surprised. So it probably saved me at one of those random solaces. Go back to the beginning to try things again. Would have liked it if that solace was not underneath the town. That's a little weird. But let's go to it because a few others, but Spider Town Tier 2. Let me look at you real quick. That's a little easier to control. Where's your storehouse? Did you hide your storehouse? Got a bunch of buildings. Bunch of buildings. Where's the storehouse? This looks like it. Okay. So that didn't upgrade properly. Well, let's see what happens in this case. Here we've got nothing. I would like to reposition you, sir. I'd like to put you right here. You're obstructed with me. And the terrain. Town 26. There's some big boy walking over here. You're obstructed with the terrain and me. I do want to make those bounds a little smaller so they're not actually colliding in that fashion. Why are you colliding with me? Still doing That's funny that actually, you know, when we grabbed it, writes out the town there. Town building is not null and is custom. We weren't getting that, which was correct. There didn't seem to be anything there. So it's not doing that. It's actually doing this stuff because we fixed that. So it's loading that in, but it's still doing its obstructions improperly. When you do that, why don't you go ahead and you're doing a checkbox. Yeah, give me a cube at the aim position. Just the same. Rotated x, point y, point z. That might be our problem. And I'm gonna destroy s1.getComponent collider because it's got a box collider on it that I don't want causing problems. And I'm gonna destroy it in 5 seconds. This is just to see what that collision box is actually generating. And I didn't scale it properly, did I? s1.transform.scale equals, and I believe it's the bounds.extent times 2. This is a vector 3. I think we can just do times 2 there. Where were we? We were at Spider Town. would like to get this over as soon as possible. Go focus on some water bucket problems that one player has been asking me to look at, and then we can get back to the bug tracker. But this is causing problems, and it'd be nice to get it done right. Reposition. The fact that I have to bring it down has me worried a bit. Did you generate my cube? Where's my cube? What? The scale that I input point into there or something? Bounds.extents. Extents of the bounding box. Times 2. Create primitive. Position as point. Local scale equals bounds.extents times 2. 643. Why does that look so similar to the position? That's really weirding me out. Did we set that up wrong somewhere? Let's look at that. Bounds equals new bounds. Bounds.encapsulate. Get components and children. Grow the bounds to encapsulate the bounds of this stuff about this guy. He doesn't have anything that isn't right here, does he? No, he does not. So we should not be going crazy there. What is that all about? Bounds equals new bounds. Bounds encapsulate. Physics check. Bounds extents. The extents of the bounding box. This is always half of the size of the bounds. Local scale. That is strange. Very strange. I mean, and if this was using that, it would have run into everything, right? Debug log bounds extents plus bounds dot extents. I just wanted to print that out for me. And this is going against all layers, huh? If the physics box goes against everything. So this was doing some kind of above ground check or something, right? I'm going to go ahead and just turn this off for now. You're going against all layers. I mean, of course you're going to run in with the terrain. Let's do like non-building and terrain and like that. At least. And then print those bounds extents for me. Why you gotta make a football field there? That was weird. Good kitties. Sleeping away. I'm just getting started with work, hoping I'm not being extra dumb. Can't confirm yes or no yet. The bounds extents are ridiculously big. Why would you do that? I'm doing this stuff here. My MS Teams didn't show who's online. Didn't show my calendar meeting, and my backup's getting me assigned to another department. Missing meetings is no good. Let's just go ahead and make with the no physics interruption checks for right now. And that bounds is gross. I don't understand that though. Calls, collider, town building aim box, get components, encapsulate the world space bounding volume of the collider. Is that not? Let's look that up. Encapsulate. Where's the bounds to encapsulate the bounds? I wonder if this isn't just starting out as bounds equals town building aim box dot position dot transform dot position comma size equals vector 3.1. How about? And I just blacked all of that out. Let's bring it back up for once more. Present something to all the emergency management staff for 8 hospitals. Art made a 3-hour presentation and then didn't show up for the meeting because your schedule got screwed up. That sounds like a nightmare. I had a dream. I'm pretty sure it was a dream. Someone was telling me that the sun shining on my face was ruining the stream or something like that. I was dreaming about streaming. One more time, let's go. check those bounds. Gonna reposition. So we do want to shrink it down a little bit, I believe, because we don't want it, well, and we could let it overlap with town buildings too. Because right now it's gonna, oh, well, that's a little too big there. Okay, so see, he's off by 1 anyway there. The town building dummies pivot is also right there though. Yeah. I mean, it's going to just stretch its extents from its center point. That's probably just not a good method to use at all. You'd have to start out knowing where the center of all of that is going to be. Unless you want to add bounds together. I don't think... Encapsulate is not what we want. Grows the bounds to include. Encapsulate. Yeah, let's just go ahead and turn this. I mean, it wasn't bad. We also want non-building and we also want like town turn off. How come there isn't like town? Aren't town buildings their own deal? See, they're on the town layer. But really, it just kind of makes things fussy. That's really all that does. Is nobody using any of this stuff anymore? It just ends up making things difficult more often than not. What if I turn all that off? Is anybody going to complain? Nobody's complaining. That was all just for that. Aim position, I assume, is getting used down here. Okay. So, check snap positioning. Now, we are still going to be checking for range. Making sure that we are not underground. That could be correct. Let's try that. So this is replacing a broken storehouse. It's gonna load up immediately. Spider Town. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna put you down. Rotate you. Et voila. But where, sir, is your signpost? Where's your signpost? This is the spider's nest? What? That is a structure? Why is that under structures? Somebody named this foundation spider's nest. Animuse. What are you doing? I don't know. Just confused me for a second there. Sorry about that. So base town building clone labeled as the storehouse. He's put right there, but he didn't load in his little signpost. Other than that, successful replacement. It's kind of what we wanted. Oh, goodness. Editor does this once in a while. Spawn some gunk. Adding, blah, blah, blah. Target set position. Where is the storehouse? Adding storehouse using the base town building clone. Interesting, it's not loading up even. It's not custom. It is a storehouse, but it's not. Initiating town building. It's right here. Adding. Yeah, that gets called right here. Full success. Add town building object. I guess it is custom. And it's loading the base town building. Strange. Else if town building type equals town buildings dot storehouse. Yeah, if it is custom, it's supposed to load in from the structure. Difficult system. Frequently contemplate reworking it, but almost working, so we are placing it. Building UI structures, not this here, player town building. Place. We're no longer going to hit town building placement. We're skipping the collision obstructions check. It placed it. Place town building. If not positioning, which we are. Command place building. Position. Solace. Double check resources not positioning, which we are. If the town building is not null and is custom is true, and just place it down. Else if get town building, else if town building is equal to storehouse, if is custom is true, get base town building prefab. This is all good and well. Just need a little bit more logic. If it's a storehouse, if the town building does not equal null. Base town building. It clearly did this though. This is during place building. Should still have loaded the base town building prefab, which is going to be that sign. It does Solace set it up. Get component, town building object. If we're not positioning. It's placing the building. But getting down to here and saying town building object reposition using the citizen data, which is going to it's not going to find a signpost placeholder. It's going to find that it is custom and that its population is 0. Signpost prefab. Debug log is custom. Did it trigger that? Townhouse initiating false. So pick that up as false. Interesting. This did get called, and what it's checking there for that, come on, is custom, is the town building. So once again, when this goes off, is custom is true equals fine. We also need to go, if the town building dot is custom equals true. Do we have a town building at this point? Not be. In any case, add town building is custom equals true. or goes true. So that should happen prior to it anyway. Right here. We are in fact positioning. It's going to add the town building going true, add town building storehouse. We did not get adding any errors there. Adding to storehouse. Storehouse, game object. That's just the town building object, I'm sorry. We're not doing add town building because we are positioning. Let's just say if TB does not equal null, just to be sure, and make sure that we are now setting it to custom, which will then be picked up by the signpost holder, causing it to load in the signpost properly, which works good for there are two in that other one, and get that bug. We might want to try and overwriting this save file again. That might have been my fault, messing around with stuff too much. I'm going to reposition this. Is custom is false. Who said false? There's the sign. We do want that to fix itself up, and it does not have a crate in here, even though it's registering as 100. What if I build some crates just to test? Crafting, woodworking, furniture, crate box. Let's build 3. I'm going to place a 1. Count it as 1. 2. Went up to 2. Storehouse is working fine. That's a very good thing. There's a torchlight bleeding through here horrendously. Not a huge deal. It's this guy's. I can't get in there because the old buildings are not custom. People, you got nowhere to jump, huh? You want me to put you up there? Huh? I got a dirty desk. It's difficult to jump up to the kitty perch when I got papers all over the desk. Don't really want you to save. Sign to be looking backwards like it always is for some reason. Set up town building, Solace number. This is what's going on, but what it really is this guy right here. Transform position. He wants the angle. He wants the rotation. Does he really want the rotation? What is this? Structure holder rotation. In this case, this is the actual place here. Get town building. Well, In this case, we want you to do that. In this case, we probably want you to do that. In this, so sure that I like that. Structure holder rotation. Do we have our town building holder dude yet? This is for place building. If it's not null and it is custom. We're still not making use of the structured data holder that we set up there. We did for the dummy. So what's going on up here is Souls town is not equal null. Get town building does not equal null. And the town building is custom. Then go ahead and grab this. Failing that, load the default, and if it's storehouse, you go with that. Okay. When we actually go to place it, we want to do the same thing where if the town building get them. If the town building is not null and you're going to load that, but we also want you to load. Did that call placing a TB equals null looking? Placing crate box, structure found, place crate box, moving forward, linking structure new. Updating storage capacity counted as 1 is custom adding 2. Placing a, that did call. So there's a bug somewhere my cats can't get to. Kinda want to. Do you ever incremental save to give yourself version control in case something bad happens? Absolutely. It's been an hour and 45 minutes since my last git push. This whole thing, though, is just kind of ugh. Just kind of ugh. Kind of just want to rethink it and start it over. Version control is an absolute must for game development, and it'll even watch sprites and prefabs and all of that. Settings, very useful. Let's think about this for a second now. Place town building possibilities. 1, fresh placement. 2, this is a position placement. That's really all there is. In the case of a fresh placement, we're either going to grab a custom script, which is currently storehouse only, or grab the placeholders. Town build. If we are not custom, we're just going to grab that and place it. If we are custom, we're going to try to grab the structure holder. Failing that, grab the SS if storehouse only, or building. It's really not a lot of logic there. I think that this has gotten a bit out of control here. Get town building. Now this is going to exist if it's got all of that stuff in it. So we do definitely want to be using that if it's live, but that's the data. That doesn't actually have anything to do with placing it. Where else are we using that? Town building. If town building does not equal null, it's not getting used elsewhere. I think regardless of that, of course, if there is no town building to be found, then we can't check if it's custom. So that's why that's there. If the town building is not null and it is custom, hello again, Von White. Thank you for the like. I think we should, as I've done here, separate it into two different bits of logic for positioning rather than adding the positions scattered about inside here. If the town building does not equal null and is custom, let's just start writing that over. See how that goes. If we are not positioning, did I spell that wrong? Positioning. If we are not positioning, that means we're placing a structure down for the first time. So, then I want you to do all of this kind of stuff. So we're not positioning, we're going to the first. If we're placing a storehouse down for the first time, there's not going to be a town building. We're going first. We want it to be is custom equals true. We want to grab the base town building prefab. we're going to use the transform position, rotation. We'll leave that for now. If it's not a storehouse, we're going to get the town building prefab placeholder and go ahead and just set it down, and then we're good to move on. However, if we are positioning, that comes down to, as we had our little flow chart here, whether we are custom or not. So if we are not is custom, which we're being fed from the beginning, right? Where does that get started? That gets started out as just false. Building type, positioning, structure ID, command, building type, structure ID, Solace number. So we do have to look at this guy, huh? But not necessarily if we're not positioning. So in this case, we are positioning. So if B must not be null, we're positioning. The town building was null, that would be weird. If town building equals null, I want you to throw a warning. Null town building being used during position. So now we're assuming that the TB is not null. We are not positioning. We are we are currently positioning. Now, if our TB is custom, we want to roll with that data. If it's not custom, we're still using this prefab dude. Just go ahead and put him down there. Hey, kitty. If it is custom, however, I need you to grab and generate this dude. Let's bring the debug with him even. I don't know about that summoning circle business, but we'll bring it down here for now. So if we are custom, town building is not, let's just say positioning custom town building. And here we're going to say debug.log positioning, no, we are a new town building. We'll want to make sure that blah blah blah. Town building is custom. Positioning custom town building. Otherwise, we're gonna go positioning non-custom town building, which is just the prefab, quick and easy. Positioning non-custom town building. In the event that we have soaked up a storehouse, it's in there. Good lord, it's almost 10. I think holder. So we're gonna load the structure as normal. This is not doing this. It's not that. We're not doing town building holder base building holder. No. Not building the dummy anymore. We've got that. We've got the structure holder for each. I want you to create. Gonna have to go ahead and create a structure. Game object. Let's call it tb dot town building dot building type dot to string. Just gonna name it that. We've already got to go somewhere. Game object structure. Game object equals this. Structure game object equals. And I don't. How am I loading this in? We're loading that in via the save spawn structure, right? How do we do it with the town, not this guy, but the procedural area? He does the same thing, right? Load the structures. If he finds a structure that he likes, sends it there with just the structure holder. So I don't actually need to do any of this. What we're doing in this case is this. Game object structure go equals whoops. I wanted to go above that. And I'm not going to await it. I'm just going to call I do have the terrain. We want this to be the parent. Terrain dot find structures, comma, we need to get the town building holder, which we have not done yet. Town building holder base, that's these two here. Town building holder base dot custom structure position holder. Pragma warning disable because it's just annoying. Restore. If it is custom in spawn, let's go ahead and transform structures. Structure parent equals this guy first, because we're going to use that again here. Structure parent. Structure parent. I'm going to grab the game object itself, and we want to go to chunk manager, add. Might want to go to procedural watcher. This is of course server side. Player script controller client dot managers dot procedural terrain manager procedural watcher dot add to area spawn. Take just a wee little break. Just do a little stretch. 10 o'clock. We'll be right back. I'm just gonna not mute myself this time because I forget to unmute myself every time. That's good enough. Just a nice little stretch. Make sure we don't get all locked up. I forget to drink my coffee. I get too focused. It's always cold by the time I remember it's there. So we're back to this new logic now. If it's custom, we're positioning a custom town building. Get town base holder, assuming this is not null. Is kind of the thing, because this guy could be null. We are positioning. Well, we'll conquer that mountain when we get to it. So here it's going to area spawn. We also need to dot player building dot delayed. Where was that delayed button? Delayed update. So that's on here. Okay. Delayed updates. Add. I need to get the actual structure. Structure equals structure game object dot get component. Structure add structure. That's to make sure that it repositions itself properly and destroys the old unrotated copy before the save wipes through it. We can't save it immediately. So we're spawning the game object. Good. We don't need this stuff. Now, what about the... We need the base. Game object signpost equals something like player script controller dot client base. Wasn't it base? Get base town building prefab. It's under player town building, which we are currently in. So I can just go like that. All of y'all. We're in here. Out of your coffee? What's the cat want with the coffee? Probably just wants to touch it. My cats, they'll smell it, and then they will move along. I said, no thank you. Get base town building prefab. Basically this right here. Go is kind of all over the place for some reason. We'll go with it. Okay, so this is our data flow, right? If we're not positioning, that means we're putting it down for the first time. We can go ahead and just do the normal logic. However, if we are positioning, that means if we're custom, we want to use the custom data, assuming that that guy is there. If not, we want to go ahead and go with the prefab. Now, what is all the rest of this? Blah, 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 blah. Only the JSON. I already got that up here. Placing a new town building. Placing a new storehouse. Let's just move these down here. Positioning custom town building, positioning non-custom town building. So we've got the 4 horsemen covered there. I think we can get rid of all this. We'll just comment it out for now. That's not getting set to... It is now, so... Terrain town, if parent equals null, that would not be the case. We're going to set him properly. What is all of this? If it's not custom, add it to the Solace. If we're not positioning, that means we're adding it for the first time. We want to add it as a town building. But that's not enough anymore, is it? Bool is custom. Storehouse equals new town storehouse holder. See, we're not adding in the structure stuff here if we just leave it up to that. So Solace.town. We're not positioning in the case that if it is custom, we want to add really we want to get this guy again. And we haven't picked him up anywhere yet, have we? Town building holder base. We have only in this case. Because the rest of him is not going to exist. But again, if he's custom, right. If we are not positioning, in either case, if it's custom, add it to Solace. Make sure the structure gets added as well if it's custom. If is custom. I already had that. TBHB equals get town holder base for our current town building. Why don't you, come on now, town building, there we go. Get town holder base, town building. And then the tbhb dot structure game object is equal to, where is he stored? He's still up here. If tb is custom, tbhb, we should just add them up here, huh? Get town base holder. In the rest of these cases, we're not up here. Get base town building prefab. Town building holder. In this case, we're not positioned. That means we're placing a new storehouse. So if we call get town, but the storehouse holder is not going to be set up until we call this. We're not positioning add town building. If it's a storehouse and the storehouse is not equal null, we're adding a new storehouse. So it does need to be after this. So we're probably going to have to go and grab it again. And what we're trying to add is the structure game object here. But we want to get a reference of that outside of this scope. So I guess we're gonna have to set this up. Structure game object equals null. That's gonna grab him. Now if we are custom that's its own thing there. It's new. We've now got its holder set up. Now we can go ahead and grab the holder and set the structure game object to be the structure game object. Yeah, that's a good start. Set it up. If we're not positioning, reposition, town building, storehouse. We're going to be doing that no matter what. No. Spawn structure. Kind of want to add this. Up here. And then not do that down here. Down building, that's fine. Spend construction resource. It's kind of a complicated script I've got going here. Add to the Solace. That's important. If we're not positioning object, in either case, if it's custom, we want to make sure that the structure game object gets added. Then we want to set it up. This logic is a little sloppy, I think. If town data, we don't need positioning, but it is custom, then it's the first custom setup. Otherwise, it's the first setup. Otherwise, we are repositioned to here. I think that's all good. Let's hope the universe doesn't explode. This system is difficult because I have to keep the town data itself in memory. Because no matter where the player goes, those things have to be continually updating. You know, they're gathering wood, or coal, or whatever it is. I can't leave them loaded into the game. They have to, the data has to always exist in the background. However, when a player does go to the town, I do need to load in the physical representations of those things, which up until now has just been these nice placeholder guys, which is fine and easy. But we're upgrading that system so that is custom is false. We can all create our own buildings. So this actually brought in the old storehouse. That's interesting. Okay. And then if I reposition it again, it's still going to do that. Alright, so it said right away there, reposition request is custom false. Starting at town UI 840. That's where we get the command, reposition town building. Came out as false. So it didn't save anything there, which is fine. I'm going to pause so this doesn't save. Initiate town building placement storehouse then. Initiate town building placement. That's all good and fine. It's really that is custom. That's not going to help. Player town building command place building. Well, which is basically this. When we do check snap placement, that's the initiate, and then we're doing check positioning, and if we get a jump key while this is going on, we move on to actually placing the town building, but this is getting sent as Solace number. We're not actually passing is custom, so we need and that's fine if honestly it's picking it up as not custom, right? That's the initial call. Storehouse reposition request is custom equals false. That's fine. Picks it up. Thinks that it's normal. In which case, when we go to place it, we are positioning. If else, we are positioning. Right. So in this case, we're positioning a non-custom building, but if it's not custom and and eventually this is going to be for everything, but we're just getting the system to work for storehouse, then we need it to go through this stuff here, which is pretty much all of that, I think. So that's placing a new storehouse. This is positioning a freshly customized storehouse. So now we're going to switch to is custom equals true, load the storehouse, store it, all of that good jazz, and then the rest can carry on as normal. And eventually we're going to want to be able to for example, let's just write this down. Future goals. One, let's say position town buildings We want to be able to and really that includes, this is really town citizens slash signposts. The placeholder buildings that have the citizens in them. These guys, I can pick them up and put them down into new places if I want to, which is this functionality. And we're adding on top of that, but in the future we want this to be possible for town structures or not. So let's say player structures, let's say custom town buildings. Custom town buildings, and also player structures, just, you know, normal structures. Now, because these two things, let's say town related, not town related. Is this too small, by the way? People are always saying, how can you read that stuff? I can scale it up for better reading on stream. We're going to want to have two buttons, which is fine and good. Custom is false. Load the new storehouse for me. Did not load the signpost properly. I'll bet if I placed it once more it would, but that's not acceptable. Structures, town, base town building clone. It brought it there. Town building object. It knows it's the storehouse. Is custom did not get set up there. I believe that it has to be set to is custom for that to start up. So where was that? Is custom. Town building object reposition. Town building. We are positioning here. Where does is custom ever get checked here? If the town building is custom, and we have not necessarily had town building game object, have we reset the town building itself? If we are positioning and we're custom, otherwise if we are sounding, we want to is custom equals true as well as town building is custom equals true. That should fix that. So we've got this is currently grouping the structure and the citizen slash signpost into a single button, which is good for the structure. I think that's what the reposition button should do, is reposition everything. But then we also want to have a reposition, citizen button. In the case of the storehouse, it's not actually a citizen, it's just a sign. But why did I scroll to the bottom? Maybe we should make it a citizen, Maybe there should be a storehouse dude. And there's actually just a big update came out yesterday for these guys. These guys are generated using a system called UMA. Unity Modular Avatar, I think it is, something like that. Is custom equals false. rotate and place. There is the expected. I'm still surprised that initial crate is not coming through. He's supposed. This structure save we're looking at here is place building. Now, turn off facilities, not actually destroying anything. First custom setup, blah, blah, blah. Structure save, load, save, spawn structure. I may have forgotten to. I thought there was a furniture piece in there. If not, let's go ahead and add. I mean, it would be there if it was. It's funky that it's not. Structure save. Don't really want to open that and look. Actually, I have access to that because it is just one of those JSON custom building saves that I designed myself. Via the load menu, my structures, storehouse. It's got 5 facilities. Really? We need to turn on snapping for this. But what's going on here? Oh, there's a big cabbage in the way. Yeah, see, he's got 4 torches and a crate in this save here. I don't want that to save, so I'm just going to leave play. Why is that not loading up properly? Positioning a freshly customized storehouse. Grab the storehouse JSON text. Spawn structure, don't wait. Set it to structures. Delayed update. Turn off. By now we've moved to is custom, so we're not calling any of that. Add to Solace. Is custom. Something is destroying those, is what it looks like. In placement mode. Let's go ahead and add a debug there, because that is unexpected. Spawning furniture. Should be loading in those 4 torches and that crate as well. Wonder if it's sending those off somewhere funky. Shouldn't be. It's using the same load method. Back to the North Spider Town. Wonder who built this. Enemas. Wonder if he'll show up today. So let's go ahead and do a clear. What is this? Blah, blah, blah. Reposition. It's now. Initiate town building placement. The dummy here, whoops, hit C. The dummy removes them, but then I don't actually use the dummy for placement. Positioning a freshly customized spawning furniture, it says. Where, and it only called that once, huh? Well, thank you for the follow, Fly Swat. Getting up there. Just a few more to go. And the 23 days to go is nothing. Oh, the Cyberpunk pre-download started, did it? I haven't even bought that yet. What's the actual release date on there? Cyberpunk release date. December 10. It's in 2 days. How big is the, how big is it? Is it over 100 gigabytes? I'm gonna laugh if it's over 100 gigabytes. Where did our furniture go? New structure. Not that guy. We're looking at this guy. Oh, is that why there's this one? No, that's not the right torch, right? There doesn't look like there's any furniture here. It did say spawning furniture once, which was started by place building. And I think the torches actually count as facilities, so it would only call that once. Heading to storehouse. 80 gigs, yeah, that's... I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it was bigger than that, but that's like, I think, what is it? Elder Scrolls Online and stuff. Those are like 80 gigabytes. It's crazy. Spawn furniture. Let's go ahead and do spawn facility as well. And why are you getting deleted? Spawn structure. There isn't like a random torches, just, I mean, they should be here in any case. They're not children of the object either, so where are they? Get child, add to area spawn, good. Get component delayed, updates, good. River town. Kind of want to rename that Go. If it's not custom, it's just disabling them. It's not actually going to hide or destroy them. Add town building object. We're not getting any right here. True. What is this? That's under repositions. We've already passed through this guy. We're not calling any of these destroys. And that would destroy the whole thing, not just the facilities. Set it up, reposition, turn the colliders on and off. I wonder if I still have to do this. I'm going to try and stop that. This was a weird thing that started up in 2018 where you'd put stuff down and then the colliders would just totally ignore you unless you turned them off and on once. Update town building. If not positioning, spend resources. Boy, town building aim box. Let's just, for the heck of it, go to our furniture script. Let's do debug.log. Starting furniture type. Furniture type. Void on destroy, which is an and when I debug this, it'll also give me a stack trace so I can track down who is Gracias Pog. If something is destroying it, I should now get a debug. What if there's some kind of logic in the spawn method that I haven't looked at, maybe, that's causing it to skip over these? For spawn facility, no, should be good. Fixed rotation, blah blah blah. Looks fine. So I'm going to reposition, I'm going to clear, and I'm going to position you again right here. Destroying furniture crate box. Who did that? And you're not going to give me... Not interested in giving me a stack trace, huh? On destroy. I thought that would give me a stack trace. Updating town building, storing a new town building data holder. Why is that getting destroyed? Prior to updating the storehouse, even. This is getting called at player town building 63. It's way up there. 63. That's in the delayed updates. Update structure. 63, wait, what? Update structure, updating, that gets called immediately. So that's prior to stuff getting destroyed. Somewhere between, whoops, somewhere between, let's pause so it doesn't save. Storing anew. This is update town build. Command place building. Update town building is down here. What was it? Storing anew. Town building data holder. Town data holder update town building. Town data holder update town building. Call directly from. Get terrain save file. Town building object. Storing anew. I wonder if. No. It doesn't make sense. That's fine. When this goes off, fixed structure. So this stuff's all getting added to the structure, but the structure may very well be marked. These guys need to all be changed like so. Do they not? Spawn facility structure, load furniture structure, fixed structure. Yeah, I think that was the problem there. Let's try that to double check. And that would have affected other things. That's something to note in the change log, which we need to start a new one. It is already the, what? No, 14th. It is the 8th. That looked like a bug of fixed furniture and facilities not spawning with rotated when manually loading, placing saved structures. There will be more to add to that shortly. There's a lot more things that I would like to be working on right now that are not quite so difficult. But again, this is going to be an important system moving forward. So I want to get this starting functionality working out good. It looks like the torches have spawned. That's really wussy. A little bit of a smoke you got going on there. But, where is spawning furniture, starting furniture crate box, and down building? Where's the crate? I don't see the crate. Who's got my crate? Looks like also looks like only 2 of the. I thought there were 4 torches. There are 4 torches. Where are the rest of you? Oh. What now? Have you rotated incorrectly? And is that my crate? Where's my crate? That's my crate. So you have not rotated properly. Interesting. Load furniture. I need you to, however, rotate. This is also a tricky method here. This reassigns all of the old buildings to the proper positions, rotation. I don't think we do any rotate around. There we go. The building area transform position. That's all good and well. We don't manage move remaining objects. Transform to a new structure. Transform. That would work if this would move furniture and facilities. Local position. New game object, new structure. We're leaving it where it is. Spawning in all of the building areas where we want them. Fixing, reassigning structures to make sure that they follow the proper rotation, which is here. Load free buildings. If I just shift those over, that's not gonna make a difference, is it? Spawn furniture. This is fixed rotation. At the end, it's going to move all of the old structures to the new structure. These have all been marked for destruction. It should actually be removed from this scene. Well, let's try going ahead and doing all of this prior to fixing rotation. I don't believe that this is going to rotate them properly. It did have that method in there that's going to move them properly, so they won't be getting destroyed still, which is what we just fixed in the other case. But we need to get them rotated properly as well. I don't think the whole structure is getting... We'll see. One of my cats is chewing on a plastic bag. So I'm gonna just go chase her off from doing that. What are you doing? Quit chewing on stuff. My wife's got all kinds of Christmas decoration boxes and bags out. Reposition position for the 700th time. Okay, that did actually work as wanted. Now we just want to fix this sign. Drive myself crazy, or not. Make sure that this is working. I should be able to, heck, let's add a bed. I'm gonna put a bed in this storehouse. Insanity. Now I'm gonna reposition it. And there's a bed there. Nice. So that is working as intended. The sign, that is a bit odd. And reposition again did not work. The game object has been destroyed, but you are still trying. Player town building 1418. Doesn't like me doing that over and over again. Player town building 1418. That's way down there. 1418. Terrain save file. Get terrain save file. Structure game object. Game object. So when we placed we want to double check our holder base. In this case we were positioning. We were custom. We spawned our structure. Structure game object is not getting added properly. Structure game object. Is that getting added down here? TB if is custom, make sure the structure gets added. TBH. Did we get like a reposition request is custom, structure new, updating storehouse, no. Storing a new reposition request is custom at 1414. 1414. Game object has been destroyed. Well, let's try that again. Didn't like me doing that more than once. Other than that, it was working good. Hey, kitty. What are you doing? You biting bags and chewing on ornaments and stuff, huh? Yeah. Very helpful. Now you're gonna sit in front of my keyboard, huh? Still a good kitty. Doing their job, being cute. Keeping me from going crazy. So this time I want to reposition you once. Like so. Now I'm going to clear my debugs. You see the sign is pointing that way. I'm going to reposition again. Destroying, yeah, no, we just added that. Reposition request is custom, is true. Reposition request is custom. I'll clear that, and now we're gonna hit position. Okay, we got this far. Initiating. Town building is not null. Right, that worked after we did the bed. Okay. All is well. Updating storehouse structure new. What can we double check? Let's look at. This is not actually what we are. And that's a lot of those. But we don't actually care about these guys. We care about the Solace data, which is unfortunately not visible. We talked about that last time. It might be nice to change that. Okay, so here we go. Storehouse reposition request is custom equals true. Reposition request is custom. 414. We don't make it to 418 though. So we've got the town holder base, but for some reason the structure game object has not been set up because get town holder base reposition request is custom. So in the event of placing the town building, it is custom. So we're not doing this. Yeah. Structure game object is getting collected. It is custom. It is getting loaded. It is getting referenced. Add structure, all is good. Structure game object is getting grabbed again properly as it did the first time. Town building object is custom. Positioning custom town building. And then when we get down to here, it is custom. Let's just make sure, because this is what's not coming through, it seems. Debug.log. We're just not calling is custom. If TB is custom, okay, so we need to make sure that we know that is custom is true right here. Placing a new storehouse. If TB is custom is, let's not put the debug there. Let's also get rid of this and this. Put you back to normal, close you up. And I think we're good. All I want to do now is make sure that that sign is rotating properly. It looks like it's doing 180 churn every time I put it down. John, what are you doing? Biting on stuff. Spider Town. Is there even a spider nest up here somewhere? Wrong direction. Alright. Here we go. Rotate it around. Plop it down. We've got a crate. We've got 4 torches. We've got 100 storage. Now then, I'm going to clear. I'm going to pick it back up. Reposition request is custom. Yada yada. The signpost rotated, but everything else to reposition. Reposition request is custom. This time the sign did not rotate. Didn't quite come forward enough. But all is looking well. And again, if I craft some more crates, and I go and I put them in here. It's going to auto update the storage space to, what? Why is that not working? Updating storehouse null, structure found, linking storehouse false, placing crate. How come you are not updating, sir? You are no longer marked as a storehouse. Interesting. Where did that happen? I know you're working when I do it this way. Structure, we want the structure house. I believe in this case the structure holder itself knows. No, it does not know that it is a town building. That has to be set up specifically, which we're supposed to be doing here. Structure. Nobody's setting you to be a storehouse. Storehouse. In the event that you were getting loaded by the town building data holder, when we find that you are a storehouse that needs replacement, we are properly setting you up right here prior to updating storage capacity. That also needs to be happening up here. Placing a new storehouse using that guy. We've got the structure. We want to make him storehouse and Solace number, which is all reliable data that we're working on. Very good. Likewise, if he's custom, we want to go ahead and at least label him with what he is. tb.building type, I believe it is. And the Solace number. Don't want to count on that being storehouse, but if it's not custom, but it is a storehouse, once again, we're going to grab that, make sure that he's set up to be recognized as a storehouse. That should fix that. What else we got going on? The sign is not getting positioned as I would like it, especially when we do placing a new storehouse. Get base town building prefab equals position equals rotation. Just for the sake of testing, I'm going to place that guy down at a different angle. See what the signpost does. And that's a good test in general to be going through. Close. Get away from me. Reposition, position, conjunction function, function. I meant to do that differently, but I didn't. Let's do it this time. I want to have him be rotated like this. Interesting. Interesting. That's not actually the test I wanted to do. I want to go back and do what I was trying to test in the first place. Just now I asked to position the building in a new position at a new rotation, and it moved it back to the old position in the old rotation, which makes sense, but yeah, one at a time. We'll get to that. For now, I wanted to double check. I got scared by the big boy and distracted. I want to reposition you at a different angle, like so. And the sign is still backwards. So, first of all, we're doing that as placing a new storehouse. So, we want to do this guy as rotation minus 180. And I'm going to just go ahead and go transform.translate new vector. Well, we can do transform.forward times 0.1 is probably good, and we want that to be in space relative to, does that matter? Self versus world. It would be the same either way. I don't think that matters. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer him forward. A little worried though, I'm gonna go ahead and say self. And now regardless of which direction I place him, this is only true for the storehouse, but again, we just want to get this system working for storehouses right now because the being able to place crates was an important upgrade. Might need to make like a reset button. Or like I said, reposition citizen button would fix that scene, that trouble we had with the Solace at the start. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and save right here because that's getting kind of old. It shouldn't be a problem. Now I'm gonna reposition you facing. I'll place you as normal. And you went and didn't do what I wanted you to do. This is the event of placing a new storehouse, right? Updating storehouse, anew. Adding storehouse, spawning, facility. Let's turn those off. There was one for furniture as well. Storehouse. So that's incorrect because we were positioning. Else is custom. Was not custom. Was the town building. So. Also in that case though, if we are not positioning, we're placing a new storehouse. Probably the same deal. Let's give it a try. What to do for lunch today? I don't have any ham. Can't make a sandwich. Garlic pasta. too lazy to go buy something. Not too lazy to cook for myself. Let's go ahead and rotate you like so. There we go. Sign looks like it's in a good position. Let's go ahead and just do that again. A few, oh, yep, see, went back there, funky. That was the case of positioning while custom, and this guy again. But see, we don't want to be doing that every time necessarily. He should be saving himself when we, where do we do that? Town line. Thank you for the follow, J57. Can't pronounce that. J570140. Appreciate that. Getting close to 50. When we suck it up here, reposition town building. Straight to the server. We set it up so that citizen position and rotation are in fact getting saved. If the building object does not equal null, right? So when we are placing this, if it is custom, we shouldn't have to do that. This is going to be, is it TBH? TBHB.citizen rotation. Oh, and that's fine, but transverse, yeah, we're getting it as a local position. So I want to convert that to a local position. The transform dot position equals, it's not an inverse. It's an inverse inverse. We've got the local position. There's always a way to do this, but I don't quite remember what it is. We want to use the structure game objects transform transform point transforms position from local space to world space. I believe that is what we're looking for. So yeah, it's just not inverse, it's normal. And this is going to be the tbhb.citizen position. So that's where we want the signpost to go. Once again, we are positioning a custom building this time. If we're updating it forcefully, we want to manually do that. And likewise so. But in this case, we want it to use its own saved position. So that should be good. And then the only last problem we had there was it looked like it was not updating the structure position properly when saving. Meow, meow, meow. That'll be our next step to look at. Facing properly there. Now when I do it again, facing properly. Let's just do it again, make sure we don't get that third time's a charm error. Everything looks fine. Once again, I'm gonna create some crates for testing. I keep running over here because I assume, let's double check. Crate box requires a woodworking station tier 3 that is present. I'm gonna make 2. I'm going to put one of them over here. Reposition you here, and all is well, and the storage is properly updating to 300, so that all works good. Now the reposition, let's clear and position at a different position and a different direction. You went back to your old position and direction. So why are you doing that? That's not nice. Most likely when we soak it up, reposition, if it's custom, reposition request is... You're going crazy, huh? What are you doing? Rubbing on the mic. I've got a buddy named Sweet Cheeks, so my wife calls these Sweet Cheeks now. Pearl comes and he rubs on stuff. Just gives him those Sweet Cheeks. Are you lonely, kitty? Your brothers are sleeping. Sleeping without you. What was the call I was looking for? Town building reposition request is custom. Initiating town. Did I clear it? I did that. Positioning request. Storing a new... Might have cleared before I called that, but if the town building is custom, as it is, we are saving the position in that structure holder, but we don't want to be using that. We are positioning, we are custom. We need to go in here. Sorry, kitty, need the keyboard. Yep. Sorry, kitty, need the keyboard. We need to go into the TBHB custom structure reposition and change his local. And for example, if we were, well, there we have it. That's it right there. I'm not sure if we need the y-3. We'll see. This is going to be TBHB. Does that go straight to it? Structure holder. What is it called? Custom structure reposition holder. Oops. And we don't have the local point. In this case, it's called Vector3 position. And we'll go ahead and try it with the -3. This is in the event that we are positioning in custom. When we're generating it anew, we are doing that. So, structure holder. I don't think we're going to need that Y, but we'll give it a try. And we are importing the new rotation properly, which should work good. I believe, kitty. Yume is back chewing on those bags again. Christmas bags from last year. What are you doing? Quit chewing on that stuff. It's not good. Chewing on vinyl. Let's do position you though. Rotated and over here. And you went somewhere totally different there, didn't you? Where did you go? Interesting. Where did you go? Minus 3467. Structure go transform. Did I not set up the local position? Reposition town. Oh. What are you two doing? Town building holder, reposition, citizen position. I'm not actually structure holder equals structure. Yeah, it's got to be this bit that we just changed here. In the event that we are positioning, and this is a custom building, custom structure reposition local x equals position dot x. Okay, that's terrain. There we go. Inverse transform point, local point. That's where we got that local point from. Let's just copy that all down again. Maybe not all of it. We need to use this. Rotation, I haven't been able to test yet, but this is local point. Okay. Using a world position, we're using a position weighted against the parent terrain structure onto. Placed as normal once, placed rotated, and why can't I move? I'm supposed to be able to move here. that worked. Except for the sign. Well, I wasn't able to move there either. Anyway. The sign TV in rotation. Should we just go ahead and do a plus rotation? Is that acceptable? Position. I'm not sure he was the same there either. Rotation, I probably want to do something like go.transform.rotate around, which I believe was deprecated to just be rotate. The axis, the point, however, is the current go.transform.position. Structure game object position. Structure game object dot transform position vector 3 up, and I want you to rotate based on the rotation when you are placed down anew. What's the matter? You started a fight and then realized you didn't want to fight. Place you once. Place you again, but rotated like so. And now the storehouse sign is working as well. So that all looks good and fine. Let's go ahead and save and exit and see what happens. Because that's a whole nother can of beans sometimes. Looks good. To the start there. That whole mess. I mean, what are you doing here, buddy? You're just gross. I'm just gonna delete anything that I can. Yeah. That was the storehouse. But I'm gonna delete you too. So now all we've got is the sign. Right? There's no objects. Game object has indeed been destroyed. This is true. 1434. That's way down here. 1434. You're trying to look at the structure game object still, but I deleted that. How did you? Ah, you didn't. 1434. Trying to access a game object, right? Yeah, this guy is not there anymore. We're gonna do that, but as in this case, if the structure game object is equal to null, then what do? We don't do any of this, that's for sure. How about if the structure does not equal null? Then we'll go building data holder, remove structure. So this stuff almost swore there. Ooh. Been allowed to swear, but no reason to. If the structure still exists, then we want to find it and save it. Else, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that tbhb custom yada yada is null if the structure is dead. I think that's the way to do it. And we should probably do that when we go into delete the structure. If it knows that it's a town structure, why would that matter? It's deleting itself. The only reason it would ever get accessed again would be the event of a reposition like this where I'm trying to suck it up. So if I'm trying to suck it up and it's dead equal null, this is also within bounds of all of that, isn't it? Otherwise, it's just an equals new. I believe that's its default, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and stick with that. And tbhb.citizen rotation also equals 0. If the building object does not equal null, that's all fine. Get terrain save file, remove from the fine. All right. What did we just do? In the event that we destroy our messed up structure before we try to reposition it, it's just going to go ahead and call in the default. Recognize it, which actually creates a cheating mechanism that I'm not in the slightest concerned about at the moment. Basically, if you manually were to destroy this, like so, I would get 5 timber back for doing that. Pain in the butt, but I could go through and do all of that and get all of that. And I'm going to make sure that this is also gone. Now, what I want to do is reposition you. Very good. Player town building 283. That's way up here. For each if the town building is not null, and if the town building is custom, this is only for initiating down. I'm feeling that load the preset building. Once again, holder TVHB custom does not equal null. Then and only then are we capable of doing all of this. Otherwise, we're going to fall back on this. In which case, if it's the storehouse, we do that. Otherwise, grab that. Jolly good. Coming up on noon. I need to go to the bathroom. But 15 minutes. We can do it. Here it comes. Then we just need to do it in multiplayer. Teleporting home. Which is going to be the same thing no matter what. I'm going to go ahead and just save right here. Select you and destroy you. Select you and likewise destroy you. Now my storehouse. Let's clear just for the heck of it. And position, it's going to grab us a new storehouse. And let us put it down. No, it's not. Same problem, no doubt. Where is this? Command place building. Which is right here. Command place building. We are positioning. It is custom. However, our custom structure position holder is null. If structure holder does not equal null, go ahead and do all of that. Failing that, we need to let it do this. But else if else if it's a storehouse, how can I just put all of that right here? Don't want to copy paste the same thing over and over. I want to do either. Let's see if TB is custom, but we find that the structure holder is null. Paste right here, but I don't want to do that. Don't like copy and paste in. See if I can do a case. What do you think? Switch. TB is custom. Case. True. I'm going to do all of this. In this case, I'm going to break. And then my other case would be false, which would now be if. We're going to have to raise that up and go like so. And after all of that, do a break. And does that work? Case true, cannot fall through from one case label to another. How do you fall through? I forget. There is a way to fall through. Let's look it up. C# switch fall through. Go to case. I don't think that's what we need. Go to. Do we need that? I've seen people say that. This is still legal. Switch fall through is struggling one of the major source of bugs in modern software. The language designer is meant to jump to the end of the case unless you are defaulting to the next case directly without processing case 1, case 2. Switch value. Is it because I added the scope? No. I'd like you to just fall through there. Well, let's see if we can do go to case false. Does that work? So if we are custom, we're going to come in here, but if we find that our structure holder is actually null, then we want to pretend like we're not custom. And if we are a storehouse, then become custom and do all of this. I mean, that is the logical path that we want to follow. So if that works, cool. I guess I don't need... It's within the switch anyway. I'm not getting any errors, so let's try that. I have had it just fall through the case in certain situations. Yume, 食ってんじゃねえぞ。これじゃ。Paper bag. Meow, meow, meow. Hadn't even compiled yet. It's a waste of 2 minutes. $20 seconds. Choke on my coffee. All right. This is the final case, I believe. Worst case, your storehouse gets all bungled up. All you gotta do is delete the structures. For whatever reason, in this case, we had 2 of them. And then you can just plop a new one down wherever you like. The sign still didn't come forward properly. Why didn't the sign come forward properly? Looks like it's working though. It's got 100. It's cool. It's cool. 3 minutes left. I just want to, we fell through to this position, in which case, Sign should have gone forward. Positioning a freshly customized storehouse, right? Storing a new... Positioning a freshly customized storehouse. We did that. It rotated properly. Problem. Let's just try doing world. It's got its own forward. It's got its own forward. It knows what forward is forward. Did I save that? I didn't save that. Stop. Make it stop. I've only got 2 minutes to lunch. I have to go to the bathroom. Pasta takes time to cook. I probably have to do some dishes before I can. My wife was in the kitchen yesterday, day before. Got real sick on Sunday. Was hoping to do this on Saturday or Sunday. Just was out of it all day Sunday. Asked my wife to make me a egg and toast. Just, sunny side egg and a piece of toast so I could have something, and I just had like a bite of the egg and a third of the toast. It was just ugh. She wasn't feeling good later either. Had kind of a one-day stomach flu kind of thing. Feel fine today. Felt good yesterday. Was a little had a stomach ache, like felt like something was backed up kind of, and she had the same, so I don't know if we got a virus from somewhere, but feeling good now. Yeah, that looks better. And hey, I want to move this. I want to move it over here. Oh, there, look at the sign rotated funky again. In that case, that was positioning a custom guy. We probably did that self deal again there, didn't we? Rotate around, Euler angles, rotate around, rotation, citizen rotation. Too many rotations. Citizen rotation, structure, go, transform, position, vector 3 up, rotation. Do we really need that? Citizen rotation. That's the local rotation that we're saving, right? Transform URL Y minus. Yeah, we're trying to get the local rotation in any case. So you shouldn't have to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. That should be good. I'm going to go ahead and push this to get once. I believe that solves... And was that really only 3 classes? That's all that I've touched for all of that work? Done. Wow. Alright. Storehouse fixes, I call them safety pushes. Not a real commit, just a safety push. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and stop the cat fights. Get some lunch. I might watch a little Among Us. Who knows? But I will be back in 1 hour. So, whatever you're doing, don't go too far.